Good morning, my name is Amanda Henley. I wanted to first thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself and kind of give you some insight on what my three critical elements are for middle school. So I started teaching in 2010 in San Antonio, Texas, and I met my husband while I was there, and we got stationed in Germany. I spent a few years in Germany with a special ed unit, which was the complete opposite of what I was teaching when I was in San Antonio. When we came back, my husband had some family in the Houston area, and so we decided that we would move to Katy. And I got hired in there as a teacher at an alternative campus for students that needed to kind of make up credits because they got behind in school. And that was really eye-opening. It really taught me that I needed to really focus and hone in on relationships, right? If the autism unit didn't teach me that already, this really did. And so I spent a few years doing that, and I transitioned there on campus from being a teacher to being an instructional coach. And as an instructional coach, I was allowed or offered to go also to the DAP campus within the district, but also teach or coach teachers at the CTE campus, Miller Career Institute. And so that really kind of opened my horizons when it came to what does good teaching look like, right? I understood at that point, because I had 7 years of teaching, what good teaching looked like in a social studies kind of background, but then what does good teaching look like in a CTE background? And so that was really insightful for me as an instructional coach, and I was able to grow and see just what it means when students are learning and what does that look like, and what it means when students are engaged. From there, I transitioned to being a campus testing coordinator at Seven Lakes High School. I managed 4,000 students, just about 4,000 students, and their assessments and their graduation requirements for state testing. I did that for a few years, knowing that I wanted to move into assistant principal role, and I got that opportunity in 2021 when I was offered a middle school assistant principal job at McDonald Junior High in Katy ISD. I did that for 3 years, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience moving from 6th grade to 7th grade to 8th grade with my class, seeing them grow and mature and kind of figure out who they are, right? Because 6th graders, they're just so vastly different from your 8th graders that you have. But my family had an opportunity to move back home. I am originally from Beeville, Texas. I graduated from A.C. Jones High School. And so when this position opened up that I'm currently in, it was kind of a no-brainer. It was kind of the job I think that I needed at the time to allow me to move from Katy. We had been in the Houston area for almost 10 years at this point. And so now that I'm here, it's kind of has shown me that, okay, well, you can be here, but maybe you need to find where you belong. And so Rockport was really a place that my husband and I enjoy. We love the community and the kind of, not the smallness of it, but the big mentality, the big town mentality that it almost has. And the community seems great. And so I started exploring my options there. I am thrilled to do this opportunity and to share, my vision and for what I have for what makes middle school not just successful, but be exceptional. For this, I believe that there's 3 critical elements that make middle school successful. You have a strong, inclusive culture that you need to cultivate. You have high-quality student-centered instruction with rigor involved in that. And you have meaningful student and family engagement. So let's talk, I'm going to break through just kind of each one just briefly. So a strong, inclusive school culture. Middle school, I think, just from being at, the middle school and now the high school level, middle school is such a pivotal time for our kiddos or students for finding, their identity and where they belong. I believe students, thrive when they feel seen and when they feel safe and heard. And I know that I've had students come up to me on a daily basis and because they just need someone to give them a high five, or they just need someone to ask them how their day's going, or they just need a vent, right? Miss, this is what's going on. Miss Henley, I had several kids that would come into my office on a daily basis. You need to prioritize building systems that support social emotional growth. So they need to know that while you are a safe place, you're still going to hold your students accountable. I have had so many conversations over my last few years of being an administrator where, like, yes, I care about you. This is, I know we have a great relationship. However, this is the discipline that you did, and this is the consequence for it. And it's being firm and understanding that it is still a place of, we start with a blank slate the next day. So everyone feels like they matter. Everyone feels like they can still redeem themselves after making mistakes, because we do. That's part of life, right? It's fostering that positive school culture. High quality student-centered engagement is my second piece with that, and so that has to go with just engaging students on a daily basis. There are so many classrooms that I have walked into recently where students are not engaged or they don't understand the purpose of that, and for me, that's not okay. Like, high quality student engagement should be a non-negotiable at a campus. Supporting teachers through collaborative planning and data-driven instruction is a place where administrators kind of stand with that. Ongoing professional development. My leadership would focus on, the conditions for teachers to innovate and to grow. I'm not there for an I got you type of game. It's there for a how can we work through this together, right? What is something that we can work on and kind of get better at as the year goes on. Because at the end of the day, we are all here to invest in students, right? Like, that is our whole kind of primary focus with that. The third piece that I wanted to touch on is the family and community engagement. So no school is an island. You need to have participating families and community members, and it needs to be a holistic system. So work on building trust and strengthen communication. I look forward to hearing from you. I am super humbled to have this experience, and I hope that maybe I can join the Rockport community.